Once upon a time, in the magical land of Glimmerwood, there lived a unicorn named Sparkle. Sparkle was no ordinary unicorn, she had a shimmering silver coat, a mane that sparkled with all the colors of the rainbow, and a golden horn that glowed softly in the moonlight. But what made Sparkle truly special was her sense of adventure. One sunny morning, as Sparkle was grazing in a meadow of candy-colored flowers, her best friend, a mischievous squirrel named Nutty, came rushing toward her. "Sparkle! Sparkle!" Nutty squeaked, hopping up and down excitedly. "You'll never believe what I found." Sparkle tilted her head curiously. "What is it, Nutty?" "I was exploring near the enchanted forest when I found a hidden path," Nutty explained, his eyes wide with excitement. "It leads to a secret place called the Rainbow River. But no one in Glimmerwood has ever seen it before." Sparkle's eyes sparkled with excitement. "A secret river? That sounds amazing. Let's go find it." And so, Sparkle and Nutty set off on their adventure. They trotted through fields of glowing mushrooms, crossed bridges made of crystal, and even climbed a mountain of clouds. Along the way, they encountered friendly creatures like the giggly gigglebugs, who tickled them with their tiny wings, and the wise old owl, Hoot, who gave them directions with his riddle-like clues. Finally, after hours of exploring, they reached the hidden path Nutty had discovered. It was lined with glowing flowers that lit up as they passed. The path led them deep into the enchanted forest, where the trees were so tall they seemed to touch the sky. At last, they reached the Rainbow River. It was the most beautiful thing they had ever seen. The water sparkled with every color of the rainbow, and it flowed in gentle waves, making a soft, tinkling sound like chimes in the wind. The river was surrounded by colorful gemstones, and in the middle of the river stood a giant crystal, glowing with magical light. Sparkle and Nutty were in awe. "This is incredible!" Sparkle exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder. Nutty nodded in agreement. "It's like a dream come true." But as they admired the Rainbow River, they noticed something strange. The river was flowing slower and slower until it finally stopped altogether. The glowing light from the crystal began to fade. "Oh no!" Sparkle gasped. "The Rainbow River is losing its magic." Just then, a small, delicate fairy appeared from behind the giant crystal. She was the guardian of the Rainbow River. "The river is losing its magic because the crystal's light is fading," the fairy explained sadly. "The only way to restore it is with a special kind of magic, friendship magic." Sparkle and Nutty looked at each other and smiled. They knew what to do. Sparkle trotted up to the crystal and touched it with her golden horn. Nutty scampered up and placed his tiny paw on the crystal too. Together, they focused on all the happy memories they had shared, the laughter, the adventures, and the fun times. As they did, a warm, glowing light began to spread from the crystal, growing brighter and brighter. The river began to flow again, faster and more vibrant than before. The colors were even more dazzling, and the sound of the water was like the sweetest music. The entire Rainbow River was restored to its full, magical glory. The fairy smiled gratefully. "Thank you, Sparkle and Nutty. You've saved the Rainbow River with your friendship magic." Sparkle beamed with pride, and Nutty did a little happy dance. "It was our pleasure," Sparkle said. The fairy gave them each a tiny crystal from the river as a token of her gratitude. "Whenever you look at this crystal, remember the power of friendship," she said. And with that, Sparkle and Nutty bid farewell to the Rainbow River and made their way back to Glimmerwood, their hearts full of joy and their spirits even brighter.